All right, good afternoon, folks. Before I get my day started, I got a couple of questions in the Delphi case regarding evidence. Why was all this evidence left behind? The sticks, people are saying the bark on the tree they didn't take. There was numerous things they didn't take with them. We're hoping that they did at least photograph this uh, stuff. And the reason why I believe that they left the evidence behind was because it's possible that the tree's limbs broke or something and landed on the girl or whatever, is what they probably were thinking. That's why they didn't take the evidence with them. Now, the tree bark, which so called a letter wrote on it in blood, I'm shocked they didn't take that, right? I'm shocked they didn't take that back to the lab. At least cut that section out of the bark, which is very easy to do. Bark just peels off once you get down through cut through the layer. So I am shocked that they didn't take that. But the only thing I can think of, the reason they didn't take it, uh, because they probably didn't see it. Right? There's a lot of questions out there. People asking, well, how did they get that? That out? We don't know because we haven't seen the photos. We're going off of this report that was tossed to the side because they investigated it and it was just too radical. It led to nowhere. So that's why the report that you're seeing now, the Odin files, uh, probably were tossed to the side. But I am shocked that they didn't take the bark or the trees. Now, a lot of people are saying that these trees, these branches or sticks that were laid down on top of the girls were hand cut. They could have been cut a long time ago, someone out there clearing land, and they just seen them on the ground and picked them up and used them. That's possible. Um, it's possible they fell out of the tree but landed that way on top of the girls. I don't know. Is it possible? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm kind of shocked too why they didn't take all this evidence if it's true, folks. Now, you have to remember, we have heard so many lies in this case. We don't even know if it's true. This report that these folks are watching or looking at, the Odin report, might not even be true, folks. It might be true, but it was just full of holes. And that's why the police and the FBI and stuff disregarded it, said it was had nothing to do with the case or whatever. I'm not sure. But I can tell you this much. If that ain't all crazier than crap, you have all this evidence around supposedly, but they didn't take it. So the only thing I can think of is they've had to photograph it, and I would think that the forensic evidence investigators that went out there must have sprayed luminol or whatever over everything, took photos, tried to get fingerprints. I don't know if you can get fingerprints off a tree bark. That'd be kind of hard, but it might be possible. So, are we seeing actual NF that was in blood? Or was it a marking on a tree, meaning someone was out there clearing property, whether it be land surveying or whatever? And they do mark trees that way with letters, numbers, even engravings. So we really don't know. We would have to see the photos to say, oh, yeah, I can see it clearly. It's an F, right? To me, it looks more like Like if you made a fist, you ever make a fist and then you put it down on something like a dirty car or well, just whatever. If your hand's dirty and you're making a fist and you put it down on a piece of paper and you pull it up, what does it look like? It almost looks like a baby's foot, right? A tiny foot. And then you put dots in it right at the top to make the toes. And that's what that diagram that a lot of people are showing now is a bunch of blood spots, right? And it's supposed to be an F, right? But to me, it looks more like somebody was making a fist or something and leaned up against the tree or something, or maybe possibly hit the tree or whatever. I don't know. We can't really see. We're going by reports that were thrown away because it just didn't add up. And I wonder if the photos are the same. That this Odin files that they're talking about. I wonder if the photos were the same, or they didn't see what they were looking for. I don't know. Very suspicious, very interesting. I am shocked too that they didn't take that stuff. But like I said, they might have had teams of guys there and they photographed everything, documented it, and tested everything right there out of the lab. You know, which I find shocking. Hey, what's up, Slink? Yeah, to mislead people. And that's what I said in my other videos. Folks, we cannot believe everything now on social media because it's been a proven fact that we've seen fake documents before. And I'm not saying these are fake. I'm saying that these reports, these Odin files or whatever they're talking about, must not have added up. And that's why we didn't hear about it. And that's why we didn't see it. Oh, Slink, all they do, they just worship the nature. They worship the outside, the trees, the wilderness. They don't really sacrifice people. And we've had this problem. Oh, good morning, Debbie Fox. Good morning. I hope you had a good sleep. We were up late last night talking about this case. No, where was I? Oh, yes. They don't sacrifice people. Maybe in ancient times they did, but Odaism is gods, Viking gods, old fables that they probably told the Vikings told their children and stuff. Supposedly they're a peaceful group. They worship nature. They do rituals, but it's not sacrificial rituals and stuff like that. And that might be the problem we're having. Excuse me. Is we got a couple of these people, and we've seen this in other organizations, folks. We've seen this in the Masons, right? Originally, when the Masons were created, they were workers, folks. They were laborers and workers. That's what the Masons were created from. And then a group of people took it and made it some kind of a secret society, right? But originally, the Freemasons were workers. They were laborers. They worked for a living. They built things for a living. And we're seeing that in all these secret organizations where they're innocent organizations, but there's always them couple of guys or women or whatever turn around and they take it and make it into some kind of an evil thing, right? The original plan, and we've seen this in biker clubs, motorcycle clubs, and gangs, or whatever you guys want to call them, where the leaders created a group of guys just to ride around and have a good time. Well, a couple of them guys took it upon themselves and turned it into illegal activity and bad things. And the leaders of these biker gangs stepped down and said, this is not what I created this motorcycle club for, is to rape, pillage, and steal and all that. And they stepped down. And we've seen that in oh so many secret societies where there's a couple individuals that take this, whatever they're worshiping, and turn it into evil. Now, do you think, Slink, I'm going to ask Slink the same thing I've been asking everybody. Do you think, Slink, if you're still here, Slink, that these people would kill 2 young girls and set the whole crime scene up to point directly at their organization? That would be the most stupidest people I've ever seen. And this is not a big organization. This is not like the Freemasons or, a giant biker club. This is a small group of people that worship or Odinism or whatever. Good God, I laugh every time I watch Zach Wilde, right? When he does his coffee commercials and stuff, the great Odin, And that's what I think we're seeing here. I think we're seeing a copycat killer. Some person or killers went in there, created this mess, and made it where it actually pointed towards the Odins, right? That would be the most stupidest thing they could do. Here we are, we're the Odins. We're sacrificing little kids, little girls. Can we agree on that, Slink? Exactly. That's what did Slink say? That's stupidity. Let me see what one of my great mods have said. I worked at the Masons in Eastern Star Nursing Home before. Very cool. People not interested in sacrificing young girls. Exactly. But there's always them couple of people that take it to the next level. And that's when it becomes bad and evil. And the next thing you know, now they've ruined it for the whole secret society. Right? The great Odins. And I laugh every time I hear Zach Wilde talk about it. The Odins. I think he even named one of his guitars the Odin. It's an old Viking mythology, right? People that worship the gods back in the day, the great Greek or Viking gods. Do we really think they're that stupid to point the? You know what? Charlie Manson didn't even stage his killings to point directly to Charlie Manson. It just don't make sense, right? For one, 2 young girls, 12 and 13 years old. Shocking, right? Shocking. Let's see. Damn. There's the end of lunch buzzer. I will be listening. Nah, Slink, get back to. I got to go do some stuff too for a lady. I dug up a bunch of plants for her yesterday, and she don't want them. I took a couple of them and replanted them, but there's like 5 or 6 over there. I don't know if I should just. I don't have no room for them here. They're tiger lilies, I think, or not tiger irises or something. I don't know. They look like they got these long leaves on them that look like, I don't know, spears. They're pointy at the end. I forget what the name of them are. But she don't want them no more. She had me dug them all up, and now they're sitting over there. So I got to figure out what to do with all these things. I think I'll have to. Debbie was telling me cut all the bulbs off of the root and save them. You can plant them in the ground and next year or whatever. But sickening. That is sickening. It's horrible what's going on with all this stuff. And you know what? They get mad at me because I want to use drones as surveillance all over, right? If something happens, we're going to know exactly who did it and how it happened. But they're saying that's breach of their constitution. You can't be watching. Well, then I guess these people will be doing stuff like this all over the place if they're not going to be watching these people. I don't know. It's crazy. It really is crazy. I got no problem with these YouTubers. Griff is a funny, the real Griff, or keeping it real with Griff. I don't know. He changes his name every week. The dude's a funny guy, right? He could tell a story. He's a funny dude. Uh, I've watched him for many, many years. I counted. He's left YouTube probably 1,000 times. It's hilarious, and he'll be right back. That's it. I think I'm leaving. I'm done with YouTube. This is it. Final video. Hour later, he's back. It's hilarious. I can't help it. It's just funny as crap. It's funnier than crap. I watched all these guys. Anthony Greeno, Ernie Shells. Folks, I'm telling you, we got a lot of Ernie Shells popping up all over. I don't know if they cloned them or they've come up with some kind of serum and they're injecting people. But these people are becoming like Ernie Shells. We got two of them. I can guarantee you right now we got two of them. They both confessed that they knew each other way in the past or whatever. Ernie Shell and Anthony Greeno. Anthony Greeno's got the same hat as Ernie Shell. Ernie Shell's got the same hat as Greeno. The whole thing with the sunglass, it's two peas in a pod. And they're popping up all over the place. We need to get these people help. I'm telling you now, we need to get them help. Or rabies shots, one or the two, I'm not sure. This is phenomenal. I ain't never seen. They're popping up all over the place. A world of Ernie Shells. I don't know, folks. Get ready. You might have people chasing your car down the highway or street. I'm not sure. We need to get them help. That's what we need. Really, the rumors of Nicolina 77. I can't even believe I said her name. There is rumors out there that this woman is heartless, cold. If you say her name 3 times, she appears and chats. If you say her name 3 times in the dark and turn the light on, she appears. This is horrifying. I ain't met her yet. I want to introduce myself to Nicolina 777, but I'm so petrified of all the rumors that I've heard. Some people say you'll turn right to stone if she don't like you, and this is phenomenal. This is unbelievable. She seemed like a nice lady, but I don't know. I'm scared. I usually ain't scared of too many things, but women do scare me sometimes. Right? This is unbelievable. It's phenomenal. I've never seen anything like it. I really haven't. Then again, I don't worship all this stuff, right? The madness, the chaos, the craziness, the great ode, all this witchery and sorcery and all this crap. I don't do it, so I don't know. No, I don't know. Right? All the attacking people and all this. You go into a chat these days and you say something funny and automatically you're a troll. Or if you say something that the creator don't like, you're instantly a troll. I'm becoming like what I've been watching. I've been watching this stuff for 7, 8 years, this madness, these cases. And I'm starting to become like these idiots. And I think I'm out. Send all that back to Greeno, Harmon, all these madness channels that's what it is, folks. It's some kind of a spell. Right? Maybe the great Odin is real. Maybe all this witchery and sorcery stuff that they've been talking might be real. Maybe. You don't know. From what I can hear and from what my research shows, they're innocent people. They worship the outdoors, trees, the outdoor wilderness, animals, and stuff like that. Maybe back in the olden days, they sacrificed animals or maybe even people, right? I don't know. It is an old Viking mythic story, folks, that this is the problem we got in society today. These people think it's real. And now we got all these Odin people out here now, supposedly. I don't know. And you know what's funny? If they did do it, good God, we got their videos because they're all over YouTube with these outdoor rituals, right? Peaceful, innocent rituals. I don't know, but all it takes is a couple cuckoos to turn it into something horrible. And that's probably what happened here. Or we were led to believe it was this mystical mystery tour. It's almost like a song. The great Odin worshippers. This is unbelievable. And this is probably why it was thrown out of court. And none of this information was used, right? Is because it was just a way. Slink got it right. It was an attempt to make it look like it's something it wasn't. These killers, the killer or killers, I believe, staged it to make it look like it was someone else. I know, Debbie. They're popping up all over. I got nothing against Ernie's show. They need help. He's lived in a role for so long. He can't come out of that role. Killers. Yeah, for sure. I think so. I just find it hard. This little crazy 4'5" or 5'4" dude had enough brains to do all this and walk out of there without anyone seeing him. No blood trail, nothing. Right? 7 years have gone by. This is ridiculous. Good morning or good afternoon, Kiki Eyes. And why are we hearing about 7 years have gone by? But here's the thing, Slink. A couple of these YouTubers 4 or 5 years ago knew about this information. How did they get that information? That sticks were on the bodies or used or whatever, in carvings or stuff in the trees or whatever. How did these people know that when it was supposed to be hush hush, confidential? Slink says, I think Richard and that fat guy Klein, Keegan. Yeah, I think Slink, you're on it. It could have been a couple. Here's the thing, Klein was known to be a drug dealer. Richard Allen possibly could have been a drug dealer, but a different kind of drug dealer. See, Keegan Klein might have handled the white powder, the cannabis, whatever else, right? Why Richard Allen, being that he worked at CBS and was in the medical department or prescription department, was he supplying the prescription drugs to these people? Hold on, folks. I drink too much coffee. I got to relieve myself. I'll be right back. All right. Morning there, Ricky. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And like I said, it ain't over yet, folks. I do believe that we're going into a new era of just nut jobs. Trying to take muscling in on people, muscling in on channels, driving people nuts, just going cuckoo, crazy. And that's what I think. I think we got a couple people out there. It might have been two, three, maybe four guys. There was reports of flannel guy who was real tall, right? There's reports of dog lady. There was a lady out there walking a dog. She gave of the killer or whatever um, the opportunity. Why did he pick these two girls when there was other girls out there the same time? Bridge guy or these guys were out there. It just don't make sense. How did he get in and out of there with no one seeing him? Where were the bodies? Did the investigators or the search teams just walk right past the bodies? They weren't there that night. They searched both sides of that river, right? No one's seen nothing. Right? I seen the news reports on it of them interviewing the people that were out there looking for the girls. We got everybody out here. We got our four wheelers. You can hear four wheelers running around. We got our dog. They didn't find nothing. Explain that. They didn't find anything until the next day at 10 or 11 o'clock the next day. Was that enough time? 20 hours, I think, or whatever, to hide the girls and then return the girls and manipulate the phone? Possibly. If you know what you're doing, if it was all pre planned, yeah, they had everything ready to go. Maybe. I don't know. But but the main thing is I'm not the main thing is I don't think these people could be so stupid to kill two little girls. Once it came out that this organization, the Odins, sacrificed two little girls, what do you think is going to happen to these Odins in America? Are you kidding me? They'll go after these people. You know, it would be unbelievable. The Odins are not the Freemasons that have been here for centuries and centuries and centuries. They're not skull and bones, and you know, it's they're just it's like Wicca. It's like a Wicca thing, right? So I'm not buying it yet that it was the Odins. A lot of people are saying it's the music, right? It has something to do with music or something, or they did this to become musicians or sacrifice the girls to prove they're to this organ. I don't know, man. I don't know. I really don't care. I don't get into that crap. But it's obvious they're starting to make it true that these people are praising the devil, selling souls, or doing magic or whatever. I don't know. This is all the proof the American real citizens and government needed to say, we got a problem in America. Nah, Kiki, let's see what Kiki said. Good morning, Kiki. Oh, they're talking about snow. Nah, don't worry. We still got a little time left. Yeah, I know. I got like 4 or 5 or 6 squirrels out here, and their coats are blacker than black. And the Farmer Almanac swears that if you have squirrels with dark coats, it's going to be a horrible winter. So maybe we're going to get a cold winter up here. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, folks. I ain't God. Only God knows everything. We know God knows what happened that day in Delphi. I don't know. And the whole Anthony Greeno thing. Can we believe this kid? If this kid is telling the truth, then these people are setting him up, right? The great Odins and the police, which these Odins are now within the police force, they're saying, wearing patches on their uniforms, which I was always led to believe that them patches were for fallen soldiers and police officers within the force, within the brotherhood. I could be wrong, though. We don't know. This is the problem we got in America. If you were the president of the United States and your team came to you and said, we got a problem, look at this. These people are worshiping the devil, sacrificing little girls and kidnapping our children and turning them into sex slaves or workers, or what do we do? Right? Well, what do you do? Yeah, all black squirrels, yeah. So we have the proof that these people are using witchery and sorcery. Now what can we do? Well, now all bets are off. You know, these now all bets are off. Now we're dealing with something purely evil. Now what do we do to protect our country and regain our country from these people, right? I mean, you folks got to be asking the government's watching us, folks. Well, they're not watching me. They know me, but they're watching you. They're watching all this stuff. And pretty soon there's going to become a tipping point uh, where society just goes completely nuts. And then as a government, as people under God, we're going to have to ask ourselves, what do we do with this civilization that we're living amongst in the United States? What do we do with these people? They're slaughtering everybody. They're sacrificing it. They're doing all this stuff to become famous or be a part or be rich, or I don't know what these people are doing. I have no idea. But then it becomes a problem. Then we got to make decisions. How far do we let this go in our country? Right? It's crazy. Completely crazy. So, like I said, I think that's what we've been going. I think that's what it's been happening, and we're seeing these people are doing it right in front of our faces. These YouTubers, they're doing all this crap. Right? Maybe they're putting out this fake documentary. Maybe that's why Greeno did get picked up so many times, because was Greeno the one that released this information when he shouldn't have? Is that why the police were so pissed off at him? Because that's what Greeno was saying. The police were furious at him because he was releasing information, but the police are saying it was fake information, that it didn't lead up, and he was pumping it out like candy. I guess I'm not sure. The question is do we believe Anthony Greeno? That's the question. That these cops are corrupt and all this crap. I don't know. When him himself is a suspect in the case, right? I don't know. Slink, what do you think? I don't know what Slink thinks. We're going to find out, though. Kiki, what do you think? Oh, Kiki, you go. Yeah, you go and relax, Kiki. You got stuff you got to do. You got to recover. We're wishing you a speedy recovery. God bless you. Everyone, can you pray for Kiki? She's got to go get her tomorrow. It's horrible. Godspeed recovery. Crazy world we live in. And we're seeing it right in front of our faces. We really are. Delphi is too far gone. They need to rewrap it in there. Um, they need to do something. Now, I've been checking on the Odins, and I don't see it. There's a couple of Odins, folks. This is what we need to get straight. Are they talking it was the Odin Biker Club? Because Greeno and a bunch of these guys said they belong to a club, which is a motorcycle club, which we know there's an Odin motorcycle gang. Or are they talking it was this witchery and sorcery stuff? They tried to pin it on these uh, this this Odin worshiping thing that is purely innocent and in the woods. They go outside into the woods, they hold this ritual. I've been watching it on YouTube since this happened. And this is the thing we're trying to find out. Is it the Odin Biker Club that these guys are talking about? Or is it this Odin bunch of ladies out in the woods worshiping trees and the wilderness? I don't know. Does anyone know? I don't know. Right? It's almost like Smokey and the Bandit. Right? Well, Burt Reynolds asked Jackie Gleason when Jackie Gleason says, "I'm right behind your ass." Right? And then Burt Reynolds asked, where did he come from? And Jerry Reed says, "I don't know." Right? And then Burt Reynolds asked, does anyone know? I don't know. Where did the sheriff come from? I don't know. And it's almost like a bad movie. But Smokey and the Bandit was a great movie. I love that movie. It was a great movie. I don't know. All I can say to the United States of America, this great country, at one time it was a great, great country. We're going to have to tighten up this madness. Right? We got people out there killing people and they're pinning it on other people or other organizations, which is, in the Delphi case, we heard it was the Masons. We heard it was the Mexican cartels. It was a polygamy group that did this. It was, we've heard it all. It was a club or something, or it was because of drugs and all this and that. I was like, this is madness. No, it's the great Odins, right? All along, right in front of our face. Do any of these YouTubers sleep? I'm telling you, I went to bed last night. There was a YouTuber on, and I went to bed late, probably about 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock. And I woke up this morning, and these people's videos just got done an hour ago. Don't these people sleep? It could be we're having mass delusion on YouTube. Lack of sleep. YouTube is brainwashing. They can't live with. I'm telling you, folks, right now, and I'm telling you, YouTube, and all you folks out there, if you want me to be plastered in front of this screen 24/7 doing lives, you're gonna have to get me a lazy boy with a toilet built into it. A lot of people are pissed because I take a break and go to the bathroom. Well, then if you want me to be here 24/7, I'm gonna need a lazy boy with a toilet built into it, or a catheter or whatever, so I can go to the bathroom and relieve myself. I ain't gonna be on here. I got things to do. I like to live. These people, I don't know. How do they stay up all day, all night? They sleep for an hour and they're right back at it. I don't know. I can't do it. I can't do it. Kiki, we hope you get better soon. And relax. Take your time and relax and heal. Right? That's the thing with people today. They get an operation and the next day they're up walking around and doing chores and everything. When I had my operations, the doctors were like, you can't do crap for at least 6 months. Don't be lifting nothing. Don't be doing nothing. And dang it. If I wasn't in the hospital for a couple days, they released me. And I was behind a drum set the next day helping these guys practice songs so they can play a gig. They're like, you just got out of the hospital, dude. You got stitches and stuff in you. I'm like, let's do this, baby. I'm alive. And I might have damaged myself because I didn't do what the doctor said. The doctor said, don't do nothing. Stay home and relax. Right? You just had a major operation. But I didn't listen. I went right back at it. Right? So, Kiki, when they tell you to relax for a while, let yourself heal a little bit before you get up and start moving around and doing chores at home. Listen to them and relax. My husband must suppose. My husband must suppose. She deleted it. What, Debbie? Kiki, I will be sending positive vibes. Wishing tomorrow morning. Yes, we're praying for Kiki eyes. Just take your time and relax. Oh, yeah, your work will make you go back to work. Just tell him to take his time. What happened? He get a rotor cup? One of my buddies that I grew up with when I was younger had a rotor cup replacement or something, or shoulder surgery or something years ago. All right, is there any other questions of why the police didn't take all this evidence? I'm kind of shocked myself. Why didn't they take the sticks? Why didn't they cut that chunk of bark out and take it back to the lab with them? I don't know, man. Could this whole case have been foobarred? I don't know. Something purely evil is controlling this case. Whenever we start talking about anything, we get attacked by something. Maybe we're just smoking too many cigarettes because all we've been doing is sitting in front of the dang YouTube watching all this stuff like a sponge. Kiki I says, yes, Johnny, that's what he had. Rotor, yeah. Yeah, my mother had knees replaced, sockets and everything, and rotor cup might be the same thing. Did they put a steel shoulder rotator cup in them, or did they take any of the sticks, Johnny? No, suppose it, but we don't know if that's true. They didn't take any of the sticks back to the lab with them, and they didn't take the bark with them. I want to see the crime scene photos. Were there any four-wheeler tracks around there? Was their dog? This is what I'm thinking. Remember when this case first came out, there was rumors going around that there was animal DNA on the girls, a dog DNA, right? They tested it. It came back animal, dog. And that's what they went after Keegan Klein with, because he owned a dog. So did Brian Caldwell or whatever his name, Chadwell, Brian Chadwell or Brad Chadwell. He had a dog. These guys all had dogs. And the DNA that came back showed there was a dog there. SH had a dog. Keegan Kline had a dog. Brad Chadwell or whatever his name is, Brian Chad, whatever the dude's name was, he had a dog too. I think a lot of these guys had dogs. So there was, when this case first came out, I could have swore they said that they had DNA, but it was an animal DNA. That wacky tobacco or something? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what they're smoking. I'm talking smoking too many cigarettes, sitting in front of the YouTube, smoking cigarettes. Wacky tobacco. I don't smoke that in front of cameras or do that crap. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be doing that on camera. Not in front of people, at least if I did something like that. That's another thing I don't understand. These people are like, it's legal in my state. Well, yes, it is state, but not federally. And what gets me is cannabis is the least of these people's problems. It's not cannabis making these people flip out. Who smokes a doobie and wants to go out and slaughter people? Are you kidding me? If I smoked a doobie, the only thing I want to do is sit on my couch and eat some potato chips or some food and watch YouTube or a movie or something. The last thing in my mind would be going out and creating trouble or havoc, right? I don't know if they're going to blame it on tobacco, wacky tobacco cannabis or something. Who the heck does that stuff like that? Well, he was whacked out on cannabis. What? Right? I don't think that was unless that cannabis was laced with PCP or something, LSD or something. But I've known people for 60 years smoked cannabis and never done anything. They're too busy laughing or joking or eating or sleeping. Right? They're not out attacking countries or killing people. It ain't the wacky tobacco. Like I said, it could be if it's laced with something. If it had a fungus, and then that fungus is attacking the brain or whatever. Maybe they just went delusional, but I know plenty of people that smoke cannabis, and they're not running around half naked and chasing cars and down highways and stuff. It just don't happen. I don't know. I might be wrong. It might be a new cannabis from when I was growing up. It just and do something to occupy your mind, right? The last thing is being around a bunch of people or being out in public acting like an idiot or whatever, or just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It might be different kind of cannabis. Let's see what Slink's got to say. Slink said, oh, I wasn't insulting. Oh, no, Slink, you're fine. Smoke your little heart out. I mean, if you come into this chat, you better bring enough to go around. It's all right. I'm joking, Slink. It's no worry. It makes people nicer. Well, it makes them nicer or funnier. They just don't want to. They're not violent, right? Not unless they smoke a real high potent cannabis, and it's too potent for them. And usually they just go to bed. It's too potent. They're like, I'm going to fall asleep. But then again, like I said, this stuff might be laced with PCP that these people are smoking. I'm not sure. I was watching Cold Truth, that little lady Mel, and she was talking that when she smoked it, when she was younger, she got real hot. She got real hot. She had to lay down in the snow and things. And I'm like, oh, little lady, you might have smoked something that was laced with PCP, because that's what PCP does. You get real hot. You get real hot, real warm. Next thing you know, it's getting hot in here. I'm gonna take off all my clothes. Next thing you know, you're sitting next to somebody and they're stripped down naked. Is it hot in here? No, it's perfectly fine, dude. I think something's wrong with you. Put your clothes back on. And that's what PCP does. Yes, tequila can do that to you. That has happened. I drank a whole bottle of tequila once. I don't remember much, but I remember this. I woke up with my socks on. So I take it was a good night. No, that's all I had on was my socks, but it must have been a good night. I did roll over in what might have been a Bigfoot that I slept with that night. I'm not sure. It was unbelievable. We were out in the woods camping. Uh, I don't know. Some people say it was a Bigfoot. It could have been. But that's all I had on was my socks. So I know it was a good night. I just can't remember it. I might have made love to something out there. I'm not sure. My buddies thought it was hilarious. But I was like, what happened? And they're like, it was unbelievable. It must have been. But can I have my clothes back now? Right? It was unreal. It was either a bear or a Bigfoot. I'm not really sure. They do claim it was a woman, but I don't know why. There was hair on her back and her legs and everything. I thought she was from France or something. It was unbelievable. They had a bunch of sickos out there. Well, they had fun that night with me, but at that time it was tube socks, Debbie. This was when I just got out of high school, and a bunch of us went out to the woods camping, a bunch of dudes and a bunch of uh, ladies, and we drank our little hearts out, right? At that time, I was into sports, so I did have tube socks on that came all the way up to your knees because we were out in the wilderness, uh, mosquitoes and everything, right? I don't know what happened, but I know I drank some tequila. I think it was a whole fifth, they said. Uh, I woke up in my sleeping bag naked with socks on. That was about it. I don't even think I was in my sleeping bag. I was in my tent. I don't know who was that, some kind of a beast or something. I'm not sure. Kiki Eyes says, when I was going through the changes of life, I used to sit up there on the porch to my husband would tell me I was crazy because there it was snow everywhere. Yeah. Well, you got a bottle of tequila and you don't care too much. It's real hot. You're thinking it's just crazy. I don't know. Crazy stuff. Well, I don't know. All my viewers have left. I must have bored everybody. I don't know. I've been watching so much YouTube. We're becoming these people. It's almost like body snatchers. But I've been this way and I've talked this way since I was a teenager. Uh, my imagination is unbelievable. Sometimes it shocks me myself. Well, but what can I do? There's not much I can do, right? But I'll tell you what, this Delphi case, I've had about enough of it. It's just going around and round in circles. Can we believe Mr. Anthony Greeno? If this kid is telling the truth and these cops are corrupt and this great Odin is within the police force, we got troubles. And I imagine that's why one of the sheriffs down south there was on camera laughing his butt off because he watches me. Yes, Mr. Kramer, we know about the vigilantes. It's incredible. This has never been done before. Even Trump is like, this has never been done before. It hasn't. This is phenomenal. This movie, it's unbelievable. There ain't no vigilantes, people. Vigilantes were from back in the 50s and 60s. There was vigilantes. Some say Zodiac was a vigilante. They say a lot of these people were vigilantes. They were just nutjobs. There is no vigilante group out there getting justice. The only ones doing stuff like that are people in prison. Here are people putting out stuff. This serial killer was killed in prison by another inmate that was in prison for the same thing. And everybody's, oh, they're all clapping. That prisoner was, oh my God, he was, praise him. I'm like, yeah, look at his report. He's in there for raping kids and doing the same thing. And they're just killing each other, and it's almost like Running Man. It's almost like Running Man with Schwarzenegger, right? What prisoner are you going to vote for? The one that's a serial killer, or the other one that killed the serial killer that was a serial killer and a child rapist? It's unbelievable. Let's see what my chat has to say. Debbie says, Kiki, I sleep with a fan on. It doesn't matter if it's freezing outside. Debbie, you're starting to remind me of a man I know. That's scary. I'm joking, little Debbie. Nah, we love little Debbie here. She's a great woman. All right, let's see what Kiki I says. I have a fan on all year round. Kiki Eyes, put a filter on it. Go to your local hardware store and buy yourself a furnace filter. Put the furnace filter on the back of the fan, if it's a box fan, and that will help filter out dog hair, cat hair, dust, smoke, pollen, all that crap. And Debbie Fox says ceiling fan and one of those standing fans, 4-speed. She's got a 4-speed. Yeah. She's moving up in the world. Kiki Eyes, but that changed a life thing. It's been over for many years. Me too. But my husband calls me the cuckoo because I wrap up in my covers, but I gotta have my fan. I don't know what's wrong with you people. I don't know. I'll try and do my best to fix you. Debbie Fox says, it's a Kickstart, Johnny. Oh my God, she's got a Kickstarter. Yeah, that's what I thought. Right? Debbie comes into my chat. Hi, I'm Debbie Fox. I love you. You're a great person and everything. And now the confessions have come out. All along, I've been talking sweet nothings in my chat here to a man with a Kickstarter. She says, that's what she says. It's a Kickstarter, Johnny. This woman has gone mad. You've been watching too many videos, Deborah. Really? I hope you're not one of my crazy drunk uncles right now, sitting at the bar. I've had that problem. The whole bar's laughing, right? They're all like, hey, well, check it out. It's my nephew. Right? He's going to think I'm some broad or something. This is going to be great. Right? Here I am just, look at this incredible little lady, Debbie Fox. And here right now in a bar in Chicago somewhere, a bunch of construction workers are laughing their asses off. He thinks I'm a broad. Check this out, man. I need a vacation from America. I used to work construction, so stuff like that does happen, folks. Right on our lunch breaks, it's straight to the bar for some food and a couple of drinks. We're on our way back to the job site. That's construction. You're not a man if you don't drink. Thank God I quit drinking them. All right, folks, it has been great hanging out with you folks. It really has been. Let's see what Kiki says. I clean my fan all the time, but that's a good idea. Yes, Kiki, I got one on there. I'm a smoker, right? I smoke cigarettes. I live next to a farm field. It's dustier than crap. The wind blows, it picks up all the wind from the fields. You got dust everywhere. We got volcanoes going on, which that dust itself is falling in the atmosphere. Uh, a lot of stuff going on. And so I put filters on my box fans, and that filters out the smoke, the dust, the pollen, uh, all that crap. I need to quit smoking cigarettes. Maybe I'll go to the patch. Maybe I just need to cut down. Maybe I need a good woman to come into my life and say, enough is enough, Mr. Kramer. And smother me with love and vagina and change my whole life. I can go for that. I could do something like that. I really could. I need it. That's what I need in my life. I need someone to come in. This is madness, and you're going to change your life. All right, there. That's what I need in my life, and I don't. And when I'm left alone, being that I have no boundaries, well, I'm everywhere. I'm in all kinds of chats. I'm doing things I probably shouldn't do and wouldn't do. But I'm much like the kid that was left home alone. Um, I'm bored and I get into trouble when I'm bored. So, yes, I probably could. But why don't you folks get up a collection and buy me a robot wife if you want to do anything? I'm talking full scale, top notch. The new one that's out, that people are all going, oh my God, it looks like a real woman. It does. Buy me one. I must have. This is what I need. I need a woman to come into my life and say, no more YouTube, Mr. Kramer. You now belong to me. Right? And be done with this madness. All these cases. Everyone aggravate me. We want you to look at this case. What do you think about it? I think it's mad. It's crazy. Look what it's done to me. Send me a woman. Because everyone knows if there's a woman, and they're doing this on purpose. Yes, some people have told me they are keeping you away from a woman because they want this madness to go on. They know, your friends know. Once you find a woman, they are never going to see you on YouTube again, or laughing or joking, or just being an idiot. So they want this to go on. So they're blocking me from all the good women. Well, I believe it. But I want to thank Elon Musk and some of the other people out there for creating robots. I will have one. There's no doubt about it. And an Elon pop-up house for only $18,000. That's a good deal. I might buy two of them, stack them on top of each other. I'm not sure, but can you ask for more? A robot wife and two folding pop-up houses? I don't think so. I'm happy. All right, let me see what Kiki said. I got to get off of here. I got to get over to this lady's house that I dug up a bunch of plants for. You know what, Debbie? I was thinking all these, I don't know if they're irises, if they're tiger lilies. I have no idea what these things are. I know they flower and they have pointy leaves or petals or whatever. Real long, pointy leaves. Do any of you ladies know what they're called? It's never ending. What is never ending? My story, my life, or my mouth? I don't know. I'm trying to keep up with Griff. I was watching AB today, and he says Griff talks so fast with so many words within this thing that it should be in Guinness Book of World Records. I'm trying to keep up with these YouTubers. The women are going crazy for the Griffs, the Ernie Shells, the Anthony Greenos, the Harmons, all that. The women are going nuts for them. So I'm trying to adapt and overcome and beat Griff's world record of how many words you can put in a sentence without taking a breath. I need help. Yeah, I need help. Okay, I'm going to go, folks. I got things to do. You're all great people. Kiki, we hope you feel better tomorrow. Debbie Fox, thanks for stopping in. You're a great, incredible woman with a Kickstarter. This is just what I needed in my life. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to pass on that. I just don't do the kickstand thing. Sorry, but I want to thank you, Debbie. You're a great woman, I think. I want to thank the great Slink, which always an honor when he stops in with them shred riffs. I want to thank, did we thank Kiki? We did. We thanked Slink, Kiki Eyes. Who else stopped in? I think that's about it. Oh, Ricky Compton. Ricky. Let me give a shout out to Ricky Compton. I want to thank all you folks for stopping in. I can't sit around here all day. I got to go do something, get out of this. It's almost like a demon. They sent ghosts here. Couple ghosts or demons here in my apartment. I got to get out of here. Everyone, have a good day. Little Debbie, always toying with my heart. And then in the end, she confesses to a kickstand. This is unbelievable. Is there anything more I must go through? Lord, how am I supposed to fall in love with these women if they're constantly playing with my heart? Both hearts, both brains. It's unbelievable. All right, I got to go. Kiki, we're praying for you. We hope you feel better. Debbie, I think I might vomit now. I had this picture of this little redheaded, cute little lady in my head. And now I might vomit. I'm not sure. I know you're just joking, Debbie. I know. I thank everybody. Everybody have a great day. Be safe. And once again, I want to applaud all my great mods and the great, incredible little Debbie Foxy Fox. Have a great day. Be safe. God bless you all. It's a beautiful day out. Get some sun if you can. Remember, folks, it's almost winter. Get as much sun as you can so you don't look like a ghost in the winter. You know what? I actually know where a tanning bed is for sale at a garage sale. At a garage sale. And I'm telling you, folks, I was going to buy it. And it was cheap. but I ain't got nowhere to put it. It's like 8 foot, 9 foot long or whatever. Where am I going to put it? That's the question. Would I love to have a tanning bed? Sure. Get me some sun all year round. I don't know. Anyone out there looking for a tanning bed, let me know. I'll stop at that garage sale, see if they still got it. And the lady said it did work. It's fully functional. Let me know, folks. Let me know. All right, folks, have a great day. God bless you all. All glory goes to God. Amen. I love this shot. Through my Tiffany glass lampshade, I can see the American flag in the background, my American flag flapping. What a scene. And then the red glass, the sun coming through the red glass, and the Holy Grail I got on the side there. It's amazing. And an American flag back there, just flapping. Can you see it, folks? Probably not. It's so tiny on your little phones. But in the background there, behind the lamp, you can see the American flag flapping when the wind's blowing. Well, God bless you folks. Amen. And once again, I got no problem with AB, Ernie Shell, the real Griff, the eighth wonder of the world, Griff. That's what people are calling him now, the eighth wonder of the world, which is phenomenal. Yeah, I got no problem with these guys. I think they're funny, but I think they got themselves in trouble or something. I don't know. God bless America and all you great people and ladies out there. I am a supporter of the ladies. I love me some ladies, and I'm going to be the one to admit to you folks that I'm mainly in most of these chats because of the ladies. Sorry. I'm sorry. It's just that I'm joking around. Okay, you folks have a great day. Be safe. God bless you. I got it. Kiki says I got a tanning bed, so I don't have to worry about that. Well, there's a tanning bed out for sale here at a garage sale right down the street from me. Needs to be cleaned up a little bit, but the lady says it works. So, yeah. But where the heck am I going to put it? I'm in a one-bedroom apartment. Right? Where am I going to put it? That's the question. I dare not buy it and put it in the lobby, right? We got a lot of old people living here. I don't want to be walking down to the lobby and see a 90-year-old woman in a tanning bed, right? Hello, Johnny. I'm like, oh my God, that's a lovely bikini you have on today, Mrs. Warshinatter. Right? I don't want to see some 90-year-old lady down in the lobby when I go to get my mail in a two-piece bathing suit. I think I'm just going to use your tanning bed today, Johnny. Thank you. Leave $5 at the tanning bed. I don't know. I got things to do, folks. I'm sorry. I can't sit on here all day. If I was going to sit on YouTube all day, they would have to pay me. They don't. You would have to get a lazy boy with a hot plate built into it and a toilet, or some kind of a catheter system. But I can't sit on YouTube all day. I'm sorry. Now, you folks have a great day. Did I mention I need somebody to walk and crack my back? I do need a good massage or a back cracking or something. I don't know. God bless you all. Have a great day. Thank all my mods and all the great people that stopped in today. God bless y'all.